Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a video about the Kayali fragrances, part of Huda Beauty, and layering them and answering some of your questions about layering. If you are new here, then hello, welcome. We are all about perfumes. I have hundreds of videos just like this, and I also have my blog where I have an article that goes through every different version of the Kayali fragrances and where you can get them. And if you're a regular viewer, do check to see if you're subscribed. You can turn on notifications so you don't miss any new videos, and sign up to my newsletter in the description box down below. There's a link where there's also a link to pre-order my fragrance Empress that's coming out later this year. And I will leave links down below to where you can get the Kayali fragrances. Cool, so if you're not familiar with the Kayali range and Huda Beauty's been out for a while now, maybe not 10 years, but quite a while. And it started with a lady called Huda, who's based in the Middle East. And I think she borrowed like $6,000 from her sister Mona to start the business. Started with eyelashes. She's a makeup artist with her own YouTube channel, and it's grown to become a massive makeup brand. And then a few years ago they launched the Kayali fragrances, where the face of the fragrances and the mind behind them is Mona, her sister. Mona actually used to be an investment banker and now is a fragrance queen. I was so lucky I got to meet her last year and went and had afternoon tea with her at Harrods here in London, which was so cool, and she was so beautiful and really inspirational as well. She said her number one piece of advice would be to follow your gut instinct. So that was really helpful for me as a fragrance brand creator starting out now. So when it comes to the Kayali fragrances, for me there are kind of two distinct groupings, I guess. So they launched with 4 fragrances: citrus, a musk, vanilla. They had an elixir one, and they were very much aimed at layering. So the musk one was really all about the musk, then the citrus was mainly citrus, you know, and the idea was that you either mix them together or you layer them on top of other things. But more recently they've released fragrances which in my view really stand on their own, and obviously they can still be layered, but they're very much like stronger and more fragrance in their own right. And my favorite of which is their newest release that came out last year, I think, Eden Juicy Apple. What's quite cool about these, and what I know quite a lot about now with my own fragrance, is as you're creating them, you know, the lab will send you the creation and you'll like it, you'll have feedback. I want it more like this, more like that, the scent, and you go through all these different versions. And each of the fragrances names have a number after them. So for example, you've got Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper 25, Utopia Vanilla Cocoa 21, and that's how many versions they went through before they were happy with it. For Eden Juicy Apple, it was the first version that was perfect, which is really unique and special. So Juicy Apple really is what it says on the tin. It's a really fruity fragrance, red apple and lots of berries. I really like this, definitely my favorite. You know, I love my juicy, fruity perfumes. It definitely reminds me a little bit of Viva La Juicy, and it also reminds me a bit of Britney Spears' Midnight Fantasy. When it comes to layering, I find that this layers really well with Miss Dior Absolutely Blooming, because when it comes to layering, there is really no rule. Like, you can't really do it wrong. It's very much personal preference, and it's about experimenting and, you know, just trying different things. Typically what you would do is you take a heavy fragrance, something like Absolutely Blooming, which has all the rose in, and then you'd add a lighter one on top like Juicy Apple. Now Absolutely Blooming has some of the same notes as Juicy Apple. It has that like berry top note. So by layering this on top, it really emphasizes the berry top note, because I sometimes find Absolutely Blooming can be all about the rose, and especially when the climate's, you know, the weather's a bit nicer, I want to add in more of the fruitiness. So it's kind of a way to exaggerate an element of another fragrance. Another way you can layer is quite simply just by wearing very similar perfumes. So one of the Kayali ones, which is my second favorite, is Utopia Vanilla Cocoa. And now I have it here in the rollerball. The Kayali has these rollerballs. They just screw and it's just a little rollerball here. And they come in pairs. So like this one, it comes the Utopia Vanilla Cocoa, and then it comes with Sweet Diamond. They also do a musk and vanilla one. You can mix and match. The Vanilla Cocoa is really lovely, coconut, but it also has some like tropical white florals in. And I've been layering it with my Erin Hibiscus Palm, which also has coconut in, but because it's so expensive, Hibiscus Palm, I've sort of amped it up by adding on this so that I still get that same coconut floral tropical vibe, but I don't have to use quite as much of my Hibiscus Palm. They also have twist and sprays from Kayali, the atomizers, which literally just go on the top and you just pump and then you twist and you spray, which is quite cute. And the bottles, this is a 50ml bottle. The 100ml looks just the same, but they also do this cute little 10ml, which is like a mini little bottle, and it's really good for traveling. Obviously it's allowed on hand luggage on the airplane because it's only 10ml, but what I like is that it's still got the same like bottle design as the larger ones, so it's still like super cute. I believe layering originated from the Middle East, but now it's become pretty mainstream and you hear about it everywhere. I do get a lot of you guys like will comment and message saying, you know, how do you layer, what, you know, what are the rules? There really aren't rules. It's definitely worth just trying and seeing. But I'd say if you have a perfume that has a note in it that you really like and you wish it was more, then find another perfume which has loads of that note in and mix it up. And I personally also use layering to like try and save on expensive perfumes by mixing them with cheaper ones. So I'll leave my links to my detailed reviews on some of the other fragrances down below and my article that goes through them all as well. But I hope you found that interesting, useful. Let me know what you think of the Kayali fragrances. There is a new one coming out in a month or so, so watch out for that. I'll definitely be reviewing that for you guys. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, that's it guys. So thanks so much for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.